MIDI synth is a Java file which illustrates general MIDI melody instruments and MIDI controllers. MIDI synth has imported the MIDI package. In this Java code basically does is, it takes the point of the selected MIDI file. According to that, it select the MIDI file to be run from the Java Sound API. Definition of the MIDI synth class. It takes user input for the mouse over event, mouse pressed event, mouse released events and mouse exited events. Following code is implemented for the above purposes. This is an anonymous class, which has implemented for the capturing of above-mentioned events, and do the actions accordingly. Below method take the point of the keyboard and convert that point to a key and returns. According to the user selections from the interface, channel data class has implemented set of actions and user inputs. Row and column are the user selections of the instrument table. It take the keys which user has selected and that set to the sound bank. After setting user inputs, program plays the Java inbuilt MIDI sounds from the below coding segment. Some recording softwares in the industry support several MIDI buses to run in the same program. It can be used to control separate MIDI devices, like a combination of MIDI sound banks, a keyboard, and a drum controller together. Some recording softwares have sound banks which are giving really good sound. Those sound banks are created by using a technique called hypersampling. These hypersampling methods used to sample the real-world instruments and map to the keys which will be used to play back according to the MIDI signals. In the process of mixdown, several tracks into 2 or less than 5 channels is a most important process in audio engineering industry. There are huge mixing consoles as well as virtual controllers implanted by using softwares which can be controlled according to the MIDI devices. Nowadays, the whole huge mixing controllers are compacted into smaller, externally plugged devices, which can be powered by single USB or FireWire cable. Software-implemented mixers can also be controlled by external MIDI devices. This mixing console is a software implementation, which can be used to mix several audio channels into one stereo mixdown. This mixer contains much functionality such as equalizing, panning, and other functionalities such as adding effects to channels separately. In this software implementation, several mixers which have 16 channels per each can be connected using virtual connecting cables. Those cables are auto-routed and all the parameters are controlled by the software. Audio mastering is the process which is used to improve the quality of the final mixdown. before releasing the final product. There are many tools available for audio mastering in the music industry. There are tools such as band equalizers, audio maximizers, audio compressors, and stereo imagers, etc. Band equalizers are used to set the frequency bands correctly, to set all the frequencies as they required. There are various key functions are used, such a low cut, low shuffle, high shuffle, and there are separate parameters which is used to control the separate frequency ranges. Audio maximizers are used to process audio with more widening sound. It is also limit the audio amount by controlling the input and output gain. This maximizer contains a soft clipping method that affect to gain softer audio stream. Audio compressors are used to compress the levels of the final product, which are more than the required level, and also it controls the input and output gain in an audio mixed down. Also, this compressor contains attack and release parameters that can use to control the levels of the audio. Stereo imagers are widely used to control the low-pass and high-pass frequencies. Also, it controls the widening ranges in each frequency level.